you think celebrity drama has hit its peak? Think again. What just dropped makes every reality show meltdown look like children's theater. Bino didn't just speak, he detonated. He leaked what he claims is Chrisean Rock's hidden plan, and it's the kind of secret that turns whispers into firestorms. The internet hasn't just reacted, it's combusted. From Twitter threads to YouTube breakdowns. Everyone wants to know what Chrisean was really planning and why Bino decided to burn the whole stage down. But just when you think the flames couldn't get hotter, here comes Ray J, storming into the chaos like gasoline in human form. One mention of Deshae Frost, and suddenly, the argument turned into an all-out explosion. People say Ray J lost it, but honestly, that's an understatement. This wasn't losing it. This was obliteration, and the worst part? Nobody's denying it. Every second, new clips, new comments, and new alleged receipts are flooding timelines. What started as a leak has turned into a public execution of reputations. This isn't drama anymore, it's digital warfare. And at the center of it all stands Chrisean Rock, smiling through the smoke, as if the chaos was part of the plan all along. It started like every other slow celebrity weekend, the kind where Instagram lives are quiet, Blueface is pretending to be unbothered, and Chrisean Rock is posting mysterious captions that could either mean heartbreak or album promo. But then Bino decided boredom was a disease, and his cure was chaos. Out of nowhere, he hit post on what the internet now calls the leak that nuked Sunday. Screenshots, audio, and a few cryptic messages. Just enough to make everyone wonder what kind of hidden plan Chrisean Rock was really cooking up. Now, anyone who's followed Chrisean knows she's allergic to peace. She doesn't start drama. She manufactures blockbusters, but this time, it wasn't just another Blueface spat. Bino's leak suggested something deeper. That Chrisean had been plotting behind the scenes, pulling strings that could flip her entire circle upside down. He claimed it wasn't revenge, it was truth. And in Hollywood, the word truth is just another way of saying career demolition. Within minutes, social media turned into a courtroom. TikTok lawyers popped up with receipts. Twitter detectives went full CSI. People paused their own problems just to play jury on Chrisean's life. And when you read the posts, you'd think this woman had been running a secret government operation instead of living her celebrity reality TV saga. One tweet read, "She playing chess while everyone else still trying to find the board." Another said, "I knew she had a plan. She's too quiet lately." Because in this digital jungle, silence is suspicious. Then came the bombshell clip. Bino's voice, grainy but deadly clear, saying, "Y'all don't even know half of it. She's been plotting for months." That single sentence hit harder than a diss track. Theories exploded faster than paparazzi flashes. Some fans said she was setting up Blueface, others claimed she was manipulating the show producers, and a few insisted this was her way to get back at Bino himself. Nobody knew what the plan really was. But that didn't matter. In celebrity culture, the absence of facts is the fuel of engagement. By lunchtime, the story wasn't about the leak anymore. It was about the reaction. Ray J, professional chaos magnate and honorary spokesman for impulsive live streams, somehow got dragged into the crossfire. No one even knows how his name entered the group chat. Maybe Bino mentioned him. Maybe he volunteered. All we know is, within hours, Ray J was on his own live, pacing like a man who'd just read his own cancellation notice. His rant started normal, the usual, "y'all need to chill" tone. But by the 5-minute mark, he was shouting at Deshae Frost like Deshae had written the leaks himself. "Deshae, you think this is funny?" He yelled. "You over there playing commentator while people's lives blowing up?" Viewers flooded the comments with popcorn emojis and screen record icons. Because nothing in pop culture travels faster than a celebrity tantrum with decent Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, Chrisean Rock was silent, and that silence was louder than Ray J's entire meltdown. Her fans went feral, refreshing her stories every 30 seconds like it was a hostage negotiation. She finally posted a single black screen message. "They always talk when I'm doing better." Translation, she wasn't denying a thing. She was letting the internet cook itself. Bino, on the other hand, doubled down. He posted another clip, this one less subtle. He claimed Chrisean's hidden plan involved turning her personal drama into a content empire. According to him, every fight, every tear, every accidental live was scripted chaos, a marketing strategy disguised as madness. It was the kind of accusation that split the internet right in half. Half said, "She's a genius." The other half said, "She's insane." And honestly, both might be true. Think about it. In an industry where relevance is currency, Chrisean Rock has never gone broke. Even her silence trends. If Bino was right, she wasn't losing control. She was directing the chaos. Every viral breakdown, every headline, every meme, all part of her algorithmic orchestra. That idea terrified people because it meant the joke wasn't on Chrisean, it was on us. Ray J, still yelling, didn't care about digital strategy. He cared about the principle, or maybe just the spotlight. He claimed Deshae was instigating the situation, whatever that means in celebrity terms. Deshae tried to laugh it off, posting a short clip of himself sipping water with the caption, "I'm not even in it." But that only poured gasoline on Ray J's rage. Within hours, fan pages had spliced their clips together into Ray J versus Deshae, the verbal main event. By evening, YouTube channels were dropping 10-minute breakdowns titled "What Bino Exposed About Chrisean Rock," full timeline, with thumbnails that looked like movie posters. Everyone had a theory. No one had the truth. Even blogs that swore off gossip couldn't resist. One journalist tweeted, "This isn't news, but it's definitely history. And if we're honest, this isn't about who leaked what, it's about who benefits." Bino got his attention. Ray J got his spotlight. Deshae got his engagement. And Chrisean? She got exactly what she always gets, the narrative. Whether she's victim, villain, or viral queen, she's still the headline. That's power disguised as chaos. Behind the scenes, insiders whispered that Bino felt betrayed. Some claimed he was tired of playing backup to a brand built on drama. Others said he was hurt, not by love, but by irrelevance. So he pulled the nuclear option: expose the plan, burn the bridge, and make the internet pick sides. It worked. Within 24 hours, his follower count jumped, his name was trending, and Chrisean's fanbase was split like a reality show finale vote. But here's the thing about leaks. Once they start, they never stop where you expect. After the first wave, smaller sources began chiming in, people claiming to have texts, DMs, or insider info. Some were fake, some were fan fiction, but in the chaos, nobody could tell the difference. Suddenly, every random screenshot was proof. Every cryptic emoji meant betrayal. The web became a digital witch hunt, and everyone had a torch. Still, nothing topped the irony. The more people dragged Chrisean for orchestrating drama, the more viral she became. It's almost poetic. Accuse the ringmaster of chaos, and you make her the main event. Her name dominated every algorithm. And somewhere in a quiet studio, she was probably watching it all unfold, sipping something expensive, thinking, mission accomplished. Meanwhile, Ray J finally ended his rant, signing off with a cryptic line, "Y'all gonna learn today who's real." Translation, more chaos pending. Deshae kept trolling him with subtle posts, and Bino, of course, dropped one last message. This is just the beginning. By the end of the night, everyone had a different version of the truth. Some said Chrisean was plotting to rebuild her image. Others said Bino fabricated the leak for clout, and a few believed Ray J was never even mad, just opportunistic enough to grab a trending hashtag and make it his own. But regardless of who's lying, one fact is undeniable. The entertainment industry doesn't run on talent anymore. It runs on turbulence. And this scandal? It's a full-blown hurricane, the kind that leaves careers, friendships, and timelines permanently flooded. And as the smoke rises from this digital firestorm, one question lingers louder than all the drama combined. What exactly was Chrisean's hidden plan? And how much of it are we already living through without realizing it? If you thought Bino's first leak was the explosion, part 2 was the nuclear fallout. The next morning, the internet woke up like it had collectively slept through a hurricane. Twitter was a battlefield, Instagram was therapy, and TikTok had already produced 3 reenactments, a fake documentary, and a conspiracy timeline. Everyone suddenly became a cultural analyst with a PhD in other people's business. By sunrise, new screenshots started floating around. Not from Bino this time, but from accounts claiming to have backup proof. They looked like every other internet exclusive. Blurry, cropped, and suspiciously well-timed. But that didn't matter. In the world of viral chaos, proof is optional. Drama is mandatory. One post even claimed that Bino had only released 40% of what he knows. That single sentence was enough to send comment sections into cardiac arrest. Meanwhile, Ray J was still pacing like a man whose Wi-Fi password got stolen. His meltdown had become its own subplot, Ray J versus reality. He went live again, this time promising to clear the air. Spoiler alert, he didn't clear anything. He doubled down, dragged Deshae's name through verbal lava, and somehow managed to bring up Brandy's good name in the process, which made zero sense but added extra seasoning to the chaos stew. Deshae Frost, ever the opportunist, decided to play the opposite game. He smiled through the storm, posting clips of himself laughing, saying, "I love free promo." That line alone birthed 100 reaction videos. Some fans praised his confidence, others said he was disrespecting the situation. But the truth is, in this digital circus, nobody's serious for long. Everyone's performing for the algorithm. Then came the remix. A producer on TikTok turned Ray J's rant into a trap beat called "Don't Play with Deshae." Within an hour, it had 500,000 views. Even rappers started chiming in, joking that the diss track was better than half the songs on the charts. Ray J's meltdown had officially gone from scandal to soundtrack. And that's when the conversation shifted again. From gossip to culture. People began debating, was Chrisean Rock the villain, or was she just better at playing the game? Let's be real. Every celebrity scandal is just marketing with extra seasoning. The same fans calling her crazy were the ones refreshing her page, hoping she'd post something. When she finally did, a clip of her walking with baby Junior, no caption, just a smile, the internet collectively lost its mind. It was quiet, cinematic, and perfectly timed. The same woman being called manipulative managed to drop the softest, most human moment possible. Instantly, the narrative flipped. Suddenly, Bino looked bitter, Ray J looked unstable, and Chrisean, she looked untouchable, but Bino wasn't done. Not even close. He appeared on a late-night live, eyes low, voice calm, acting like the internet's favorite martyr. "Y'all think I'm clout chasing," he said, "but you'll see why I did it." That line was pure gasoline. Everyone screenshot it, reposted it, overanalyzed it. What was he implying? A bigger scandal? A legal move? A second leak? Nobody knew. And that's exactly why it worked. Behind the scenes, rumor had it that producers from Zeus were already brainstorming how to turn this chaos into a storyline. You can't write TV this wild, but you can definitely film it. Executives saw numbers, not drama. Every argument was a ratings chart, every tear a dollar sign. And if you think Chrisean didn't know that, you underestimate her entirely. In fact, some fans started spinning a darker theory that maybe she told Bino to leak it. Maybe the chaos was the plan. Maybe Ray J's meltdown was a distraction. Internet detectives built entire diagrams connecting dates, lives, and lyrics, like they were decoding a hip-hop version of Da Vinci Code. And the scariest part? It almost made sense. That's the brilliance of modern scandal. Nobody can tell where the truth ends and the PR begins. Chrisean posted nothing but cryptic hearts and gospel lyrics, while Bino posted quotes about loyalty and truth hurts. It was emotional warfare disguised as self-help. Fans were picking sides like it was Marvel vs. DC. Ray J, of course, refused to step away quietly. He started tagging Zeus, calling out producers, claiming he had the real story. At one point, he threatened to drop receipts that'll shake the game. The internet laughed, but then someone leaked a clip of a FaceTime call where Ray J said, "They don't even know what Chrisean's doing next." That one clip reignited the frenzy. Everyone was suddenly whispering about what's next. Was she planning another show? A music drop? A revenge plot? The mystery became the marketing. And Deshae, who had done nothing but blink and exist, became the accidental hero. People flooded his comments with "Stay strong, King," and "You didn't deserve this." He went from YouTuber to trending topic simply by standing still in the eye of the storm. That's when you know a scandal has gone full circle, when the least involved person gets the sympathy award. Then came the think pieces. Influencers started dissecting the psychology of toxic celebrity culture. They called it the age of manufactured mayhem. One headline read, "Chrisean Rock, chaos as currency." The irony? Every critical analysis only made her trend harder. You can't cancel what you can't stop talking about. Meanwhile, Bino tried to reclaim control. He dropped one last post, an alleged text thread that he said proved his point. It didn't really prove anything, but that didn't stop it from going viral. One line in the texts read, "Everything is part of the rollout." That phrase hit like prophecy. Suddenly, fans started digging through Chrisean's timeline, matching dates to events, convinced that the entire year had been a staged performance. They said her life wasn't spiraling. It was scripted. But here's the twist. What if it's both? What if Chrisean learned that authenticity and chaos are the same thing online? The more you break, the more they watch. The more they watch, the more you win. Maybe the hidden plan wasn't revenge, wasn't manipulation, maybe it was monetization. She's not a villain or a victim. She's the director. And still Ray J wouldn't let it go. He ended the week by uploading a dramatic black and white post captioned, "People play with fire until it burns their brand." Nobody knew who he was talking about. Everyone assumed everyone. It became the new celebrity proverb. By now, fans had turned this saga into a full-time job. Edits, podcasts, live debates. It was the Super Bowl of scandal. And while the public obsessed over fragments, Chrisean and Bino's teams quietly moved on. Her streams climbed. His followers spiked. Deshae booked a new deal. Ray J got another headline. The only losers were the ones trying to make sense of it all. Because the truth is, this isn't about morality or honesty. It's about mastery. Chrisean Rock might not have leaked the plan. She might be the plan. Every scandal gives her fuel, every breakdown gives her views, and every critic gives her reach. She's not drowning in drama. She's surfing it. And as Bino sits back, watching the internet twist itself into a knot of outrage and confusion, one thing becomes painfully clear. The leak didn't expose Chrisean, it exposed us, the audience that can't stop watching the fire burn, even when we know the flames are fake. The chaos wasn't accidental. It was engineered. And everyone who shared a post, commented an emoji, or screamed, "I can't with her anymore," just made her stronger. This isn't celebrity drama. It's psychological warfare disguised as content. And by the time the smoke clears, Chrisean Rock will probably post a selfie, smile just enough to spark another theory, and let the world restart the cycle all over again. By the time the dust settled, everyone was exhausted, not emotionally, but algorithmically. Feeds were clogged, notifications were drowning, and timelines looked like digital graveyards for broken reputations. But in the middle of the wreckage stood three names glowing brighter than ever: Chrisean, Bino, and Ray J. What began as a leak had mutated into a full-blown entertainment ecosystem. You could almost hear the PR agents wheezing behind the scenes. Every team was working overtime trying to rewrite the narrative. Bino's people pushed truth teller. Chrisean's team leaned into misunderstood queen. Ray J's camp, they just prayed he wouldn't go live again. Because one more stream and he'd accidentally start a civil war in the comment section. It's poetic, really. The same chaos that was supposed to destroy them only made them stronger. Bino's leak was meant to expose the truth, but all it exposed was the public's obsession with seeing people crash and then clapping when they get back up. We love the downfall, but we adore the comeback. And no one knows that formula better than Chrisean Rock. She reemerged days later, glowing like drama never touched her. Hair flawless, baby in hand, caption simple. God's timing. That's it. No rant, no receipts, no explanations. Just calm confidence, the digital equivalent of dropping the mic. It wasn't just a post, it was a power move. Fans called it soft revenge. Critics called it damage control. But every share, every like, every reaction made one thing clear. She was still winning. One thing clear. She was still winning. Meanwhile, Bino found himself in a strange spot. He wanted credit for exposing her, but people had already moved on to dissecting his motives. Some said he was hurt. Others said he wanted fame. The cruel truth is, in the social media coliseum, you're either the gladiator or the gossip. And Bino went from the fighter to the headline faster than he could screenshot the comments. His next few posts were desperate attempts to control the story. Bible verses, motivational quotes, vague stay true captions, the holy trinity of damage control. But it was too late. Once the internet brands you salty, it doesn't matter if you're right. You've lost the crowd. And in the court of public opinion, the crowd is judge, jury, and career executioner. Ray J, though, he was the gift that kept on spiraling. He couldn't resist adding fuel to the fire. One day he was preaching about loyalty. The next, he was threatening to leak more leaks. It became performance art. At some point, people stopped being angry and just started waiting for his next rant. He turned chaos into content, meltdown into monetization. And through all this, Deshae Frost sat back in silence, sipping the calm like tea brewed from other people's drama. His name became a running joke. Deshae stays out of it, trended on TikTok as fans admired his peaceful detachment. Ironically, the man who did nothing gained more followers than the ones who started the war. Proof that sometimes the best PR move in Hollywood is silence with good lighting. Then came the Think Pieces 2.0. Analysts started using this scandal as a case study in digital spectacle culture. One article claimed, Chrisean Rock has mastered the art of chaos capitalism. Another wrote, Bino's leak wasn't betrayal, it was free publicity. Academics even started calling it the Bino effect, describing how outrage generates more engagement than honesty ever could. If college courses start teaching this, you can officially say fame has lost its mind, but the real twist came when an anonymous insider, because there's always one, whispered to a blog that Chrisean's hidden plan might not have been what people thought. According to them, the plan wasn't about revenge or manipulation. It was about control. She allegedly wanted to show how easily the internet can be played, how quickly people believe what fits their bias, and how outrage is the cheapest marketing on earth. If that's true, then she didn't just win the game, she redesigned it. Think about it. Every headline said Chrisean exposed. But exposed for what? For using the system better than anyone else? For understanding that scandal sells faster than sincerity? For realizing that people don't want peace? They want a plot twist? She didn't get caught, she got crowned. By now, the internet's collective attention span started to drift, searching for its next target. But the fingerprints of this scandal stayed everywhere. Reaction channels had racked up millions of views. Memes had immortalized Ray J's breakdown. Twitter accounts still dropped random "your Bino leak" jokes for clout. It was no longer a story. It was part of internet history. And while everyone else was arguing, Chrisean was cashing in. Brand deals quietly returned. Producers hinted at a new reality show. One even said, if she ever wants to executive produce her own chaos, we'll sign the check. The world finally realized that what looked like a breakdown was really a rollout. The tragedy is, we fell for it willingly. The internet thrives on outrage because outrage feels like participation. Everyone wants to be first to comment, to dissect, to judge. But the moment you hit share, you're part of the machine. Bino leaked a plan. Chrisean leaked an empire. One played the game. The other owned the board. Even Ray J, in his chaotic way, understood that. In his final post about the ordeal, he wrote, "Everybody wants the truth, but nobody can handle the truth when it don't fit their narrative." For once, the man said something real. It's not about what happened. It's about what people want to believe happened. And as long as that dynamic exists, the internet will never run out of scandals. By week's end, the same people screaming, "I'm done with this drama," were back under new clips, dissecting every word again. Chrisean's name was cemented in algorithmic eternity. She didn't just survive the chaos, she weaponized it. The moral? In the age of viral noise, outrage is the new oxygen. Everyone's suffocating on it, and the ones who can breathe through it become unstoppable. Chrisean Rock might not be the hero or the villain. She's the glitch in the system that figured out how to turn exposure into elevation. So now, when you scroll past her name again, when another leak, another fight, another hidden plan hits your feed, remember this: it's not happening to her. It's happening for her. The internet thinks it's watching the show, but really it's part of the cast. And if there's one final truth this whole circus revealed, it's that the real hidden plan wasn't what Bino leaked. The real plan was convincing the world she ever needed one. And there you have it. Another day, another digital disaster served piping hot from Hollywood's most unpredictable trio. Chrisean Rock didn't just survive this storm, she danced in it. Bino thought he leaked her downfall, but all he did was drop free promo. And Ray J? He's still somewhere out there, probably live streaming an apology to his reflection. What did we learn? In this industry, chaos isn't a problem, it's a product. Every meltdown is a marketing plan, every feud a press release. The drama never ends because it's not supposed to. That's the secret recipe. If it ever did end, we'd all be left staring at our screens, realizing we've built an economy around emotional turbulence. So, if you made it this far, congratulations! You've officially survived another Hollywood hurricane. But don't act brand new. You know tomorrow's going to bring another leak, another truth, another "this changes everything" headline. Because out here, scandals don't sleep, they just refresh. Now do what every chaos-loving truth seeker does best. Smash that like button like it owes you money, drop a comment telling me whose side you're on, if any, and hit subscribe so you never miss the next time someone's private business becomes the internet's main event. Because the next explosion is already brewing, and when it hits, you know where you'll hear it first. This isn't just gossip. This is cultural history with bad decisions and great lighting. Stay messy, stay curious, and remember, behind every exclusive leak, there's a camera rolling and a contract waiting. This is Scandal Spark, where the truth isn't hidden, it's monetized. It isn't hidden, it's monetized.